Do you guys trust me now?
Eh, fine.
We can't start the same way as last week. We can't connect the two.
Who's been dropping podcasts every week? It's been Black Wolves all along. See, now it doesn't even feel like it was worth it anymore. Hey everyone, welcome to the Black Wolves Podcast. Wait a second. Is it official name time?
For now, official working title.
All right. Hello everyone and welcome to the Packcast. Wow! Because, wolves are in a pack and this is a podcast. Anyway, hey, I'm your host, Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And I'm Logan Riley Bruner.
And I think we're a little... Are we in order on your screen, Logan?
No, on my screen, and I'll show you guys. I can't really make the order, but it's Jeremy in the top left, me in the top right, and Jacob all by his lonesome at the bottom.
Oh, new name, new format. Hey guys, things are going crazy right now.
Sometimes we just flip around to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, is there anything we need to clean up before we get into some topics?
One or two things.
Lay it on us, Logan, man.
This week, we released an interview with Dominique Nieves, who is absolutely fantastic. She gave us some really incredible answers to our questions. She's really fun. She's doing amazing things in the world of entertainment and art. So we're super proud of her. We're super glad that we were able to get her for a quick interview. For those of you that have noticed, the acoustic covers have taken a little bit of a break.
Little nap time for the guitar.
Yeah, we needed a little bit of time to put some of them together. So we are putting them together in the behind the scenes. And in the interim, Thursdays are just going to be a quiet day for us. But we will be back with season 2 of Acoustic Covers featuring all three of us. So we're very excited about that as well. Other things. I can't really think of anything else. That's really what we're doing. We're working on a ton of editing behind the scenes. We will be notifying you as more of those things come. There's some films that we're working on, some other projects. So we will be letting you guys in on some secret stuff in the weeks to come. So keep tuned on our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube, our website, all the amazing places where you can find your Black Wolves content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hopefully Black Wolves will be sometime in the next few years coming to a theater near you.
That'd be nice.
And it'd be nice, especially considering that New York City theaters are going to start reopening March 5th. Guys, it's here, 25% capacity, up to 50 audience members. Do you guys feel comfortable going back to the movie theaters yet?
I do personally, because during pandemic, I've been to the movie theaters. We got a chance to rent out a theater for Jeremy's birthday and see Tenet with his family, and it was a wonderful experience. Now, there were about 10 of us in the theater total, but 50 can't be too bad, right? As long as we all keep our masks close by while we're watching the movie.
If you're not consuming anything, put the mask on.
I don't know how well people are going to stick to that.
Yeah.
How well do people stick to the no cell phone rule?
Right, that should be a really easy one.
Yeah, it should be. Just like keeping your mask on when you're not consuming things. Should be a really easy rule.
If you want to use your phone during a movie, see it at home.
Yeah.
Don't go to the theater and whip it out in front of the rest of the audience. That grinds my gears. That's a little pet peeve that I didn't mention in my interview.
I gotta agree with that. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially as filmmakers. Are there any movies that you want to see in theaters right now?
I want to see Black Widow.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't thought of that. I had only really thought of all right, if Tenet is still in IMAX, I'll go and see that because I missed out on the opportunity to see it the first time, and I'm not going to do Inception all over again. But yeah, Black Widow. Totally.
Black Widow, definitely. I don't know how comfortable I'm going to be going to the movies, at least yet. I definitely want to wait and see how everything goes. We'll see. I used to be a huge movie guy. I was one of the three of us that had AMC A-list. I had Movie Pass back when Movie Pass was a thing.
I had Movie Pass as well, and I missed that thing because it was cool while it lasted, although it almost never worked with the kiosk, and I was like, Come on.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think A-List did for me what MoviePass did, which was super useful, especially when I used to go, like, it used to give me an excuse to go to the movies. It used to give me a reason of, like, I don't have to pay for a ticket to this thing. Cool. I'll just go and, like, spend $30 on concessions, because we all know concessions are the most expensive part of the movie. Yeah.
That's where they make most of their money.
Yeah, I miss the movies. I miss the movies a lot. I miss going to movie theaters and seeing new films.
Absolutely.
But that being said, I don't trust other people. Um,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
and so it's the same reason I haven't done indoor dining yet. I do not
Same.
trust other people. I think that, especially living in New York and seeing the amount of people that just like can't even wear their masks outside, it's a definite buzzkill for me to be
Mhm.
like, I might have to be in a movie theater with, there's 50 people and we'll all be spaced out, but you already know there's going to be those people that like don't have their mask on the whole time, or like sit really close to you even though there's 30 other seats in the theater because they want to be close to the middle. And
Or like don't cover their mouth when they cough or sneeze.
yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. And especially after watching movies at home, I don't know that I want to deal with the stress of masks and the stress of there's a person 2 rows in front of me talking to their cousin on their phone, because they just had to take this phone call
It happens.
constantly. It's really annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might wait for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to the movies. I want to go back and see things in theaters. I miss it.
Yeah, me too. I think if I'm gonna go to a theater, like I'm gonna avoid like prime times, like no Friday night movies, no Saturday, like maybe like a Monday morning.
Yeah.
Who's going to the theaters on a Monday morning?
Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday seem like great opportunities early in the day to go see a movie, and maybe only have to worry about like 10 other people instead of 49 other people.
Sounds nice to me.
In a world where movie theaters have just been open this whole time, do we think the Snyder Cut would have come to theaters, or do you think it would have stayed an HBO Max exclusive?
I think it would have come to theaters.
I don't know if DC would have let them.
I think that DC would say yes just to make more box office money, right?
I think it's a lot easier to sell a 4-hour movie at home than it is to sell a 4-hour movie in a theater.
Wait, is it gonna be like premium access on Max, or is it?
No. It's like it's not like Mulan on Disney Plus. It's like if you got HBO Max, you can watch the Snyder Cut.
Right. And I mean, HBO's making money from that. Like, I'm saying if DC had the chance to release it in theaters, they would have taken it so that HBO wouldn't have all that money.
I think so too.
No?
People would have done it. It could have, it could have been like a limited time engagement. Because I mean, back in high school, I paid like double the price of a normal movie ticket to go see like the last 2 episodes of season 4 of Game of Thrones in movie theaters and like IMAX, just to see like an exclusive trailer of season 5, and like people did it. That theater was full.
I don't doubt that people would do it. I do think that DC might be a little bit more willing to let Zack Snyder put his version of Justice League on HBO, because it's not necessarily like a part of their DCEU. Then they can say like, we're not selling tickets to it. It's just kind of a like an alternate version, put it on TV. Then it's not like we're putting our names on it, this is ours, because DC has zero creative control over this version of Justice League.
Hey, you stole my segue.
Hey, yeah, I did. And if they put it in theaters, that kind of gives more onus to, this is the DCEU Justice League, which it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
To catch y'all up on this, news came out recently that Zack Snyder hasn't seen Whedon's Justice League. He was told by producer Christopher Nolan and I think Zack's own wife not to see the movie, because it wasn't his vision. And so here comes the fans clamoring for this Snyder Cut, and here comes Zack Snyder coming back, and on top of the news that he hasn't seen it, also found out that Zack Snyder isn't getting paid a dime for the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's wages were given up in order for him to have his creative control over the movie, and this is just super interesting. I feel like I've never heard anything like this before.
Well, if he's getting money from the company, they have something over him, right? They're like, well, we're paying you.
Yeah.
So there's like space for him to fold if he were to fold. But I think he didn't want to fold. He wanted all the creative control, and he wanted that self-respect when it came to like completing his vision. What were you going to say, Logan?
Yeah, I was going to say a couple things. First, it also came out, I think it came out a while ago, that the original Justice League, the DCEU version, was only 10% shots that Zack Snyder got. So it's 90% Joss Whedon. Which
explains a lot.
Yeah, it explains a lot. We don't have to go into that. If you've seen Justice League, you'll understand what we're talking about. That being said, I do want to point out major respect for the fact that he went in and he said, I want my creative vision, and so I will give up my paycheck for it.
Just to provide a quote to that, Snyder told Vanity Fair, "I'm not getting paid. I didn't want to be beholden to anyone, and it allowed me to keep my negotiating powers with these people pretty strong."
And that's super awesome.
Respect.
However, that is a really privileged thing to be able to do. It is real. It says something about the position that Zack Snyder is in, that he can look at a 4-hour movie that he just spent a year working on and say, I don't need to get paid for it. Some of it is probably due to movies he's done in the past. Some of it is due to he has a really good deal with Netflix, which is releasing his next movie, Army of the Dead. I am very much looking forward to seeing, I don't know that I'm going to watch it right when it comes out, but I definitely want to see what Justice League becomes and what it looks like.
I'm so curious.
Who would have thought that Justice League would have been the most hyped movie of 2021?
Not me.
If you would have told me a month ago that we were going to be talking this much about Justice League, I would have looked at you and said, you are a fool.
There are no excuses now. That's what I'm going to say, is if it's bad, it's on Zack Snyder. If it's good, it's on Zack Snyder. This movie lives and dies by him. If it doesn't work, we know why it didn't work. And you can't blame DC. This is kind of the test. This is there have been a lot of people who have problems with Zack Snyder as a director, who have made valid points about him as a director. There are people who love Zack Snyder as a director who have made really valid points about him as a director. A lot of times people will say, well, he didn't have full creative control over this one. DC got in the way, or so-and-so got in the way. It was already a property. He had to do X. He had to do Y. It's just him now.
The time has come for you to direct for your legacy.
Yeah, it is time. And if he pulls it off, I will be the first one to say he pulled it off. I will say that he did a good job if he does a good job, and if he doesn't,
we have that on footage.
Yeah. Listen, if the 4-hour Justice League is a good movie, I will be the first person to be like, it was good. It worked. It's got a high bar to live up to. We've got Jesus Joker. We live in a society.
Hey.
We've got The Flash and Cyborg and controversy, and this movie has a very high bar to meet.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing if it does so.
It's all up to Zack Snyder, and he is exercising his creative control. More news broke out with the last trailer that came out. Fans noticed that the trailer was kind of in this like boxy 4:3 format. And people were like, oh, maybe that's just for promo, maybe it's just for Instagram. No, this is how the movie is going to look. It's going to be in this boxy 4:3 format as opposed to the standard widescreen with the bars on top and bottom. It's going to be on the sides of the movie. People might ask, why are you doing this? Is it meant to be viewed on Instagram? No, not really. Apparently this was part of Zack Snyder's original intention for the movie. He really wanted the movie to harness the power of IMAX, and a 4:3 format is more suited for a taller IMAX screen than a widescreen movie would be. I don't know. It's a really he also made this comment about how superheroes are vertical beings. You know, they stand tall and proud. The only exception might be Superman when he's like flying and he's like horizontal, but most of the time our heroes are like standing tall and proud, and to have those bars cut on top and bottom kind of takes away from that vision. This is Zack Snyder exercising his creative control, and like you said, Logan, it's all up to him at this point.
It's a test, and that being said, if Zack Snyder does not pass that test and the movie ends up not being good, I have no doubt in my mind that next year he will be back making another movie, because in our industry, there's this little thing where white men can make bad movies and still get hired, and everyone else has to make perfection or can't make another movie again. That is not a snub at Zack Snyder. I am not trying to say he's a white man who only makes bad movies. What I'm saying is that although he has a high bar to meet, there's not real. He has a net under him, basically.
Don't be shy. Call him out.
I mean, I'm not trying to call him out. I'm
trying to call out Hollywood.
Yeah, there is a tendency in Hollywood that even when white male directors make really bad films, they get a second chance and a third chance. My mom has quoted it as failing up, that you can make a bad movie and still make your next movie because you're a white male director. Whereas a lot of female directors, a lot of black male directors, a lot of Latino male directors, a lot of Latino female directors get their one chance. And if they don't make a masterpiece, it's like, all right, moving on. And maybe that's something we should look at as a movie making industry.
We live in a society, indeed.
Jeez.
Maybe Jared Leto's onto something, guys. Maybe he's just light years ahead of all of us.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
He's been doing it since Dallas Buyers Club. Remember that? Remember when he won an Oscar for that?
I do.
He deserved it.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, you haven't seen Oscar Dallas Buyers Club?
I did not. I was one of the few people that missed it.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Heart-wrenching. Oh, Matthew McConaughey, man. All right. Moving on from the from big screen spectacles to small screen extravaganzas, people are already calling Paramount Plus the best streaming service on earth. And it's not even out yet. First of all, I wasn't really like caring about Paramount Plus to begin with. You know, there were the Super Bowl commercials where it was like Dora and like Picard and Trevor Noah all on the mountain, and I was like, this is cute, but like I don't really know if I want to pay another $10 a month to see Dora and like Picard. Nothing against Star Trek, I love Star Trek, but what did get my attention was the announcement of Nickelodeon opening up Avatar Studios, run by the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and also The Legend of Korra. Avatar Studios is, of course, set in those worlds and will produce content that is set in those worlds. Guys, we're getting more Avatar! Yay! And it's not going to be M. Night Shyamalan's messed up version that we refuse to talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. This means big things. I actually think that this news was like hinted to me through TikTok. I think like I heard that there was a new Avatar live action something happening and they were casting, and I saw a bunch of like people trying to go in for these roles. Like I saw people like trying to be the next Katara.
You're on actor TikTok.
Yeah. on actor TikTok. Yeah. I'm just super excited for this new Avatar Studios. It's a great world. I just recently discovered it due to the pandemic. I wasn't watching it as a kid, but when Avatar and Korra went on Netflix during the pandemic, you best believe that I sat there and watched every single episode. And you know what? Changed my life as a 23-year-old man.
The power that Avatar holds over all of us. Logan, you also started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender over pandemic.
I did. I had watched it when I was a kid, and I started watching it over pandemic. I never got to the end of it. I'm awful, I know. It's not that I didn't like the show. I have a consistency problem when it comes to television a lot. My friends have noticed this often. There is a difficulty with binging a show like that. That, for me at least, there's still a lot of it that feels Nickelodeon, which of course it was on Nickelodeon. That's like, we have to teach the kids a lesson every week.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
Sometimes I want from my anime, just a cool story, and I love.
but
the
it's
story.
not. But it's not anime.
It's not
That's your
Very true.
problem.
Animation. I see it as anime. I don't know why. It's a good show. I'm not gonna rag on it. And I do need to finish it because it's great. I just couldn't do it.
I just don't want to be taught things. Just hit each other with a stick.
I'm not saying that. You can teach me things. I just don't need my lesson of the week. Maybe I just needed a break. I was watching it at the wrong point.
Where'd you leave off?
I think I was halfway through book 2.
You're halfway through the show.
I know. I'm halfway through
Get
the show.
back on it.
Will do.
See, I would find it so easy to binge because I love a 20 to 35 minute show that I could just binge. I feel like 30 minutes is like the sweet spot for my binging appetizer. It's harder for me to binge a show like Queen's Gambit, which every episode is a solid like hour, because I'm just like, when I watch it, I'm like, this feels so long.
Jeremy, have you watched any Apple TV Plus shows?
No,
They're
I know a lot of
all
those shows are
half an
half an
hour.
hour.
They're
Yeah.
all half an hour, so you should definitely get on that.
Yeah.
Morning
Yeah.
Show, Servant.
Ted Lasso, all good shows so far. I'm really appreciating them.
Ooh, Dickinson. Don't forget about Dickinson.
I haven't watched Dickinson, but you have, and our friend Gus Burney's on it.
She is.
Love you, Gus.
Yeah. But Avatar is not the only thing that's coming out to Paramount Plus. People aren't just calling out Paramount Plus just because of Avatar. No. There's a much wider. There's a plan to this. Okay.
Okay. All right. Tell me the scheme. What's going on?
All right. Well, first, we got some Nickelodeon partnerships. Of course, Avatar Studios. We got the trailer for the reboot, the 3D animated reboot of Rugrats, which stars most, if not all, of the original cast.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Although there's a lack of Kimmy, and that makes me upset. No Kimmy in the show. Why?
No, Kimmy.
No Kimmy. Not in the promo image.
That's an image. We might get Kimmy later.
You might get Kimmy.
Let's not knock it till we try it.
I am knocking it until I see it. All right, because seeing is believing. And if nautical nonsense is something you wish, SpongeBob is also coming to Paramount Plus with the spin-off that the original creator said he didn't want any spin-offs. Nice job respecting Nickelodeon. Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Under Years, is also coming to Paramount Plus.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Paramount.
Purely in support of its creator's intentions.
Yeah, Paramount Plus feels like a Viacom partnership. It's
It's
like
exactly what it is.
Comedy Central, Nickelodeon.
Yep.
So we're gonna see kind of all of that, which makes sense because they tried to do CBS All Access, which was cool. But the problem is that nobody wants to pay $5 a month for one channel. If I'm paying $5 to $10 a month for Disney, which is Disney, Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar,
National
there's a lot
Geo.
more options. Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix has a lot of options. Amazon
Hulu
Prime.
has a lot of options.
Amazon comes with Amazon Prime, so you have all of that in addition. And
HBO has Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll and
HBO had to get those things. Like
Classic
American
Film
Cable.
Channel.
they went out and got those things before they started HBO Max because they really realized that like HBO Max was not going to work. And HBO Max is attached to HBO. So if you're already paying for HBO through your cable subscription, you have HBO Max. So there's no additional cost.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus feels like CBS All Access. They're trying to pivot. They're trying to get back in the game.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I think if you have a CBS All Access account, it actually transfers over to Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. We're getting a lot of streaming services.
Yeah, I mean, there's more shows coming out. There's a Frasier reboot, starring the original Frasier, Kelsey Grammer. There's a Criminal Minds revival and a Criminal Minds spin-off, which is more of a docuseries as opposed to a fictional drama called The Real Criminal Minds. MTV's Behind the Music, MTV Raps, Unplugged, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars is coming
They're also actually rebooting Real Life.
to Paramount Plus. They're rebooting Real Life. They're doing The Real World. They're doing The Game. Original programming like Halo, Microsoft's Halo, yeah, Pew Pew, Master Chief, Cortana, they're all coming to Paramount Plus. Yellowstone is getting a prequel series. Why? 1883. The Godfather is getting a 10-episode limited series about how it was made called The Offer.
Okay.
Oh, Army Hammer was a part of it, but he stepped down because he eats people.
That's a long story.
That's a long story.
Uh,
A Quiet Place 2, Mission Impossible 7, James Bond movies, the Paw Patrol movie. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Paramount Plus is the best streaming service ever. Comedy Central Greats is coming. Star Trek is coming. You guys.
I'm not phased. You're gonna have to really, really have something that I really, really want, but
We'll see.
There will be 2 tiers of subscription. They're gonna go the Hulu model. There will be a $5 base subscription, which features ads, and a $10 subscription, which features no ads.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of Logan. There's a lot of streaming services. In fact, I felt like when I saw Paramount Plus trending, I felt like this was the point where I was like, all right, there's too many streaming services. Disney Plus and HBO Max were both kind of pushing it, but I was like, come on, it's Disney. And I already had an HBO Go account, so I was like, all right, it's kind of the same thing. Paramount and then Peacock and CBS, I was like, no, come on, stop trying. And now Paramount Plus is just like, all right, how much more streaming can we get?
If I see another Max Plus or Pro, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it feels like we're getting to the point that everyone was originally talking about, like, oh, someday people are just going to have Netflix and Hulu, and that's how you're going to get your shows. You're not going to have a cable subscription. If you want your news, you'll just look it up online. You'll just have your streaming services. Now, with the amount of streaming services, it costs the same as cable.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
like, save money on streaming services, but now that I need Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Paramount Plus, Peacock, HBO Go, Disney Plus, I'm spending the same amount I was spending on cable, but to watch things on my computer.
I mean, you don't only get to watch things on your computer. Let's be real. You can watch them anywhere. On your phone, on your PlayStation, on your not your Switch, sorry.
Well, some people can watch on their Switch.
Yeah,
with Hulu.
You can watch Hulu and YouTube. YouTube Originals is a thing too. Like, I think that all these streaming services definitely add up. I still think, honestly, we're getting a better deal than cable. Like, it feels like the lowest cable plans are like you get your base channels, but you don't get HBO. But some base subscription cable packages don't even come with like Disney.
Yeah. I just feel like back in the old days when we were all on cable packages, like maybe we were spending less money than like we are now with it all combined, and we don't pay for cable anymore. It's like whatever's trending, it's just a mess.
The other good thing about the age that we live in, it's like, all right, if I'm not interested in Hulu, I can just cancel it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, all right, well, you want to pay us $200 for canceling your contract? It's like, no, we have as overwhelming and as kind of full circle as this TV subscription services are coming around. I still think that we as consumers have more power than we did 10, 20 years ago over
Definitely,
cable.
It's more power and it's more content, and I'm always here for more content. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes from it. But we'll see. I'm hoping that it doesn't mean that we get like a bunch of stuff locked behind paywalls, because like there are things that I'm like watching.
I think it's precisely what that means.
I know.
We're not gonna. If Paramount Plus is launching with well, I don't know if it's launching with these following movies, but they're boasting about A Quiet Place Part 2 and Mission Impossible 7. I don't think we're gonna see these movies on HBO, Netflix, Hulu. For a long time, at least.
It's frustrating to me because I remember when Netflix came out and like that was the sell, was like you can watch all these shows that you've missed, you can watch all this. I get frustrated as a consumer with having to be like, all right, which streaming service do I need to buy if I want to see that show? I only want to watch one thing on Paramount Plus. I've got to pay $10 for one show. Great. All right, I guess I gotta find something else on Paramount Plus to like because I don't
And then
want to pay $10 for one.
And then at that point, you just end up keeping the subscription because you're like, well, that's you know.
There's
it's
this
a
other
hassle.
thing that I like. I don't want to cancel it just to re-get the subscription when season 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really hook, line, and sinkered me with that. I really hope RuPaul isn't just on Paramount Plus. That'll be a no. Don't say it.
Well,
I don't know.
RuPaul was supposed to be on Netflix, and then it was supposed to be on Amazon, and then you were supposed to be able to watch new episodes at VH1.com, and none of those things ever happened.
Well, they all happened.
Yeah, they all
RuPaul
happened.
RuPaul was on Netflix. RuPaul was on Amazon, and you can watch it on VH1.com.
I just remember having such problems with all of it. Like, I remember there was one time we were going to watch RuPaul on Amazon. We were like, oh my gosh, the new episode. And we clicked on it, and it was like not available for the next 2 weeks. We were like, well.
Or it was like purchase now for $3.99.
Yeah,
and then, like on Hulu, you go to watch, like you try to catch up, and it's only the first 5 seasons, and you're like,
I want to watch the new stuff.
Yeah, and like.
And then it's like if you want to watch the new episodes of RuPaul, you have to go to vh1.com and log in with your like existing television provider. So it's like you're already there's the barrier already that it's like you still need to have a cable subscription somehow.
Yeah.
I thought we gave that all up.
You gotta pay him somehow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, guys. Well, you know what's not gonna come to Paramount Plus, and is coming to theaters instead in December. Or end of the year this year. Spider-Man Home Slice. I mean, Spider-Man Phone Home. I mean, Spider-Man other home joke that I don't remember. No, it's none of that. Homewrecker. I mean, that I feel like that would be an apt title considering how Spider-Man Far From Home ended. Can we spoil Spider-Man Far From Home? We don't need to. Spider-Man No Way Home. Official title. There is no way home for Peter Parker. Theories, reactions, rude comments. Give it to me. Someone.
Oh, I think that. Oh, I don't even know. I think that this movie and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness are gonna marry. Just if you look at the cast list of both movies, it's pretty much the same cast. And I am very much looking forward to seeing the direction that they go in. I think it's definitely going to have to do with the Spider-Verse, multiverse of Spider-Men, definitely, just based off of casting rumors and...
Rumors. Remember, they're rumors.
Rumors.
Tom Holland has even come out and said Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are not on this movie.
Well, he said...
to keep that secret from him.
Tom Holland said that as far as he was aware, that they weren't involved in the movie. We all know green screen can do wonders nowadays.
But also, they are on the cast list of Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Are they really?
Check it out, boys. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are on the cast list of Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Is that because somebody put them on there because they're rumored or because they were officially announced?
No, I don't know. Okay, because if you Google stuff, things will pop up.
Yeah, when you Google Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness cast, Tobey Maguire is the first face you see.
See, this is my problem with all the theorizing that we're doing nowadays. I remember in the old days when we used to just watch movies and not try and figure out the entire plot before they came out.
And I will say none of them are on the IMDb official cast list. So
okay.
You know who is on there? Elizabeth Olsen.
It's gonna be. I'm excited for both Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home. I really want to see them. Jokes aside, I am kind of tired of people trying to figure out entire movies before they come out. It's become a trend in recent years of like, let's dig into the comic lore and let's find out which. I remember when WandaVision was announced, there were a bunch of people being like, they're doing House of M and this is how the whole series is gonna go. I was like, I don't. Which they did sections from House of M, which is great. My issue is the second part of that statement. Like, if you want to say they're doing House of M, all right, cool. I'm not going to look into that because I want to watch a television show and enjoy the twists and turns and enjoy the new elements and enjoy the excitement, and not sit there going, well, the next thing that's going to happen is so-and-so is going to meet so-and-so and we're going to have so-and-so as a villain, because I find that boring. I've gone in, there have been so many times, it happened with The Last of Us Part 2, it's happened with a couple of different projects where I've gone into things and gone, I know the fucking twist. And
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, I knew the twist. It's like, can I just watch a movie and experience the twist in the moment? I want to experience.
No, because people are excited and want to talk about these things.
Well, people can be as excited as they want, but don't ruin other people's experiences. It is frustrating to go into movies and be like, I want to see this movie as the filmmaker intended, but I can't because someone on Twitter decided to be like, this is what happens.
Are we talking about spoiling or pre-movie theorizing? Because now those are two different things.
A little of both. I think that pre-movie theorizing is not as bad, but for me at least, and maybe it's because I lived with comic book fans for so long, there were times that I would go into like when I went to see Avengers Endgame, I had heard so much about the story of the comic of Endgame and what Endgame was gonna be and what all the twists were gonna be and what characters were gonna die based on the comic lore, that I went into that movie being like, I don't feel like anything's gonna surprise me because I've heard so much about this movie. I feel like I've already seen it.
For me,
like, which road are they going to go down? Because I've heard this theory.
But that's what I find exciting. That it's like we can come up with 100 theories, but at the end of the day, they're only going to go one path. And to see when they confirm that moment is the exciting part for me. Like with the recent twist on WandaVision, it's like, yeah, people were theorizing this for weeks on end, but to have that confirmation and to still get hype about it, like it's when it becomes officially canon that it's still, for me at least, I still get surprised and I still get hyped in that moment.
Totally. I think it's a preference thing. I think that there are, and listen, I'm not going to be one to take away people's fun. I'm not going to be one to be like, don't theorize about things. I'm just not into the scene. I'm not into theorizing about a whole movie before I see it so I can try and figure out what all the twists and turns are going to be. I just want to see the movie. I'm the annoying guy who during the movie is like, well, that was the act 1 break, because I'm a writer. That's my little annoying segment of movie watching. I'm totally fine with people theorizing. I personally just want to get away from it because it has resulted in me going into movies and being like, I feel like I saw this movie 2 months ago because I heard about it so many times.
It's also hard not to theorize when we have to remember that it's like, as much as we get excited for all these Marvel things, like at the end of the day, they're just adaptations. They're nothing new.
Well,
they can add new things, but at the end of the day, everything that they're doing has been plotted out and written already in some form. They can add their twists, which is what makes the movie feel new and exciting. But at the end of the day, these are all book adaptations.
Yeah, I think some of them do much bolder things that change the original source.
I agree.
Iron Man 3, Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, I get it. It's adaptations. People are speculating about what the adaptation was going to be, what moments we're going to see. It's all exciting. It's the same thing for me as kind of people who have read the book before they see the movie and start talking about the book with people who haven't read the book. I think my main point is, if you're going to theorize with people who want to theorize. If you're going to critique with people who want to critique. I feel like we've become so much, and maybe it's just the people that I've been around when I was at college and kind of post-graduation, that it's like my way of watching movies is the way we watch movies. My way of approaching media is the way we approach media. And I would like to think, and I hope, and I've noticed it at least with the three of us when we see things, that we've gotten to the point that we can express, this is how I like to consume content. If that bothers you while we're consuming content, let me know so I don't ruin your experience. Because there have been times when we've been watching something and Jeremy has looked at me and been like, dude, I get it, you're a writer, I don't
Shut
care.
up!
Please shut up. And I've been like, okay. And there are times that Jeremy will theorize about things that'll be like, dude, I get it, you're excited. I don't want to keep talking about it. I just want to wait until it comes out. Otherwise, I'm not going to be excited. We both respect that in each other, which I think is what makes watching content together good. I think that there becomes a point that you have to know your friends and know the people that you're around. And if you want to consume that content, fantastic, go consume it. But don't assume that everyone around you wants to consume it. Because
Don't spoil shit on Twitter.
Don't spoil shit on
Shut
Twitter.
Up. Shut up.
Without explicitly writing spoiler alert for blank.
Can y'all at least wait 24 hours before you talk about WandaVision? Damn it. Well, I mean, this last episode didn't get spoiled for me. I'm talking more about last week, but still.
I just stay on Twitter. I've stopped going on Twitter now.
Yeah. You're doing your Twitter with intention. Yeah. Not all of us had that type of willpower, Logan.
It's hard, but it keeps me from getting spoiled on things.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people will say, like, there's the muted words function. It's like, yes, but also, like, common decency. Like, can you at least wait, like, 48 hours?
Also, it's very easy to write, oh my gosh, that cameo on WandaVision. Everyone will know what you're talking about.
And if you haven't seen the episode, you won't know. You'll know there's a cameo, but you can still be surprised.
Yeah, it's that. It's respect for other people and the way that they want to consume media. If they want to wait 24 hours before they watch WandaVision, don't spoil it at midnight.
Not everyone can stay up until 3 a.m. Eastern time to watch WandaVision. I could, but I choose not to.
Yeah. Respect the people around you. It's very easy. It's a good thing to do.
And that's our Avatar lesson of the day.
Lesson of the podcast, respect other people.
Hell yeah. Don't be a dick, rule number 1.
Don't be a dick.
And just blazing through this last topic. This shouldn't take too long. Guys, I know you really want a PS5. I really want a PS5 with you.
Shut the fuck up, Jeremy.
Do you excuse me? Do you think I'm telling the truth here? I want a PS5 with you guys, all right? Logan's experienced the awesomeness of it. Mike has experienced the awesomeness of it. You refuse to come over to my house, so that's on you, buddy. But according to CEO Jim Ryan of Sony, PS5s won't be in steady demand until fall. Scalpers, stop scalping. Stop it. Jacob, turn your camera back on. And scalpers, stop scalping.
I don't wanna.
Do it.
I don't wanna.
Come on.
Fine.
I know this is a controversial opinion. I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to look at me and be like, yo, bro, hustlers just gotta hustle. If you're buying PS5s with the sole explicit purpose to resell them, you're a piece of shit.
Tell your fam.
That is my outlook on it. I don't care if you don't like me for it. I don't care if you think I'm being rude about it. If your sole purpose in buying something is to resell it to somebody else, you're being a dick. Knock it off. You're taking away somebody else's enjoyment of something for your own monetary gain. That's fucked up.
That's what we call capitalism, folks.
Hate that
I'm
shit.
sick of it. I'm sick of seeing posts on Twitter that are like, I got my 25 PS5s, cop one for $1,000. Fuck you. I hope no one buys it and you go bankrupt. Sorry. I get very upset about this. I really wanted a PS5.
I
Yeah,
understand.
if you've got some PS5s in your trunk right now, why don't you swing me one?
They will for $1,500.
No.
I mean, you know, we saw this with the Switch as well. I remember in the height of the pandemic, right after Animal Crossing came out, I was like, damn, I really want a Switch. And I was like, yeah, I'll sell you a Switch for $500. And I'm like, no! Do I look like a fool?
It's... Come on.
They don't stay right with me. But hey, come this fall, apparently we'll have another opportunity to buy, right?
And for everyone who's like, well, you just gotta be on the gun. I have been on every website.
I've been there with him.
The moment that this thing goes live, I click add to cart. And you know what it says to me? It says to me, we're sorry, PS5s are out of stock.
I'm sorry,
impossible.
I also got to put some of this blame on Sony for royally fucking up that launch.
Yep.
Hello, we're Sony, and we've announced the PlayStation 5, and our consoles will be available to pre-order tomorrow. And then Walmart's like, no, it's going to be today. Sony's like, huh? And GameStop's like, yeah, it's going to be today too. And Best Buy's like, well, shit, if you guys are selling it today, then I'm going to sell it today. Meanwhile, Sony was like, yeah, we're going to, don't worry, if you have a PlayStation account and you log on this website, we're going to send you an email and you're going to be the first to get a PS5. No one got those emails.
Yep.
Have you, right?
It was
No.
a mess of a launch. And Sony doesn't
I was just on the gun.
Sony doesn't have incentive to care because they're making money regardless. So they don't really care who buys the PS5. It's frustrating to say the least to end up in positions where it's actually impossible to get a PS5 unless you're willing to pay triple the price for one. And
Or have the quickest fingers on earth.
yeah, even if you have the quickest fingers on earth, I have sat with Jeremy, both of us with our laptops and phones loaded to these websites, and it's still like out of stock.
You know what I hate more than people who buy PS5s just to resell them?
Ew.
People who pay for a bot to buy the PS5 for them to sell them.
Yeah,
How can I compete with a robot?
that's just set to buy PS5s the moment they're available.
They don't even have to click.
It's very annoying.
What's the point of a CAPTCHA? If the bot's just gonna come in, clearly they don't work. Clearly bots can identify sidewalks and traffic lights now, and I can't.
It's annoying.
Tap all the images with a bicycle in it.
And then you click verify, then it's like, do it again. It's like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was Where's Waldo. Gosh. Well, let's try to focus on the
Do better,
brighter side.
Sony.
Do better, Sony. Yeah.
Last week it was do better, Nintendo. This week it's all right, Nintendo. You know, I saw you with those Pokemon.
Yeah. Let's focus on the bright side of video games just to cap this off, guys. Are we finally getting Pokemon Breath of the Wild?
Kinda.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. Apparently that's how it's pronounced, not Arceus, but whatever.
Yes, okay.
Pokemon Legends Arceus was announced today during their little Pokemon 25th anniversary celebration. Apparently, Nintendo likes Pokemon more than they like Legend of Zelda. And we're getting new Pokemon Snap, which has been announced for forever, except now we have a release date, April. We're getting remakes of Diamond and Pearl, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and Pokemon Shining Pearl, which are set to be faithful remakes of
Not
the
the biggest
DS
fans of
version.
the name, but very big fans of the game. So
I think the name is what else is going to be called?
I don't know.
How about just Diamond and Pearl?
That's already a thing.
Okay.
You're not going to call it Sapphire and Ruby again. You call it Omega Sapphire and Alpha Ruby. Or
Just
Fire Red and
combine
Leaf
elements,
Green.
You know, like Pokemon Zinc, Pokemon Boron.
Petroleum.
Oh gosh. And Pokemon Legends Arceus announced a different take on the Pokemon formula set in the days of yore of the Sinnoh region. That's Gen 4. And you're a trainer going out to create Sinnoh's first Pokédex. It looks a lot more action-based. There's dodge rolling, and you can just catch Pokemon without even going into combat. The combat is still turn-based. It's not gonna be Hyrule Warriors now. But this is what we're getting, and that's Diamond and Pearl remakes are set to come out late 2021, and Pokemon Legends set to come out early 2022. And for the first time in a while, I am excited for a Pokemon game.
Hey, I was excited for these last ones. Sword and Shield were good. No, you weren't excited? Hey, I was excited. It was good. I liked playing Shield.
I'm sure a lot of people did. You know, that's why they're making more.
Outside of the Switch, I am excited to play them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, how was the Sony State of Play?
It was all right.
Cool announcement.
It was all right. They see it's interesting because right, Nintendo Direct does their 50-minute presentation with no context as to what they'll be showing off, and it kind of ends up in like disappointment. And then Sony comes and they're like, we're going to be focusing on the stuff that we announced in our spring State of Play last year, which was a bunch of third-party games anyways. So expectations were kind of tempered. Everything they showed looked cool. Solar Ash looks cool.
Yeah.
Sifu looks cool. I have zero interest in Oddworld, but it's going to be a PlayStation Plus game, so I guess I have to play it now. Knockout City, which was shown at the Nintendo Direct, is coming to PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think probably the hypest news of that conference. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is coming out. It's going to have a PS5 upgrade, which means you can see Cloud and his glorious, beautiful boyish hair in 4K and 60 frames per second. And they announced DLC for it.
Yeah,
it's true. I can, because I bought the game when it came out. And then today it was announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a PlayStation Plus game. Yeah. PlayStation Plus has been killing it these last 2 months. Last February, we got Control, and this month we're getting Final Fantasy VII Remake. Both games were Game of the Year contenders for the last 2 years. In some people's eyes, Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And I really think Sony's really pushing these big AAA for free games because they know that they have to compete with Xbox Game Pass at some capacity. A lot of people love Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, what is Xbox up to?
They're making a Halo show.
They're doing multimedia. They're all in one. Xbox One.
Well, they used to be that, and then they realized that was a dumb decision. Now it's games, but what
games
are they dropping
besides a new Gears of War and a new Halo?
Well, safe to
Not
say,
the podcast for that. I don't know.
safe to say, I will not be consuming any of that content, but we can talk about the content that we've been consuming. Segway power, Logan. What you been watching?
What have I been watching? Indeed, continuing my trek through Critical Role, which has been lovely. Watching WandaVision, which I think is the best show on television right now.
New episode today.
Yeah. It will be like 4 days old when we release this podcast, so maybe we'll have some more exciting WandaVision songs to parody.
I hope so.
I've also I started on Netflix the freeform show Young and Hungry, which
instead of finishing Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, whatever. This is my time. This is my time. I, as a child, as a youth, I was a Hannah Montana fan. I like Emily Osment. She has had a show on Freeform for like 5 seasons. Each episode's 20 minutes. It's something I can put on in the background. It's silly and fun and makes me smile when I feel sad. So I've been binging that. Yeah, I think that. And Hunters.
Still watching Hunters.
Which, oh my goodness, my mom and I just watched episode 8 and I cried for like an hour. The whole episode I was crying. And that for me is the mark of a good TV show. If I can watch an episode and you can elicit like a real emotional response from me, you're doing a good job. And for the like 5th week in a row, because we have to promote it, because we have to, go see Judas and the Black Messiah.
Please. It's a great movie.
It's amazing.
Hey Logan, you know what else has 20-minute long episodes?
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah, but actually I was going to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, because that's mostly what I've been consuming for the past week. Nothing really different from last time. Go see Judas and the Black Messiah. And RuPaul's Drag Race. Jacob, cap us off.
Yo, I've been watching Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus. It's so funny, so
yeehaw. That's not what it's about.
No, but it's endearing, and I love Jason Sudeikis, and I love the entire cast. Really well done show. Makes me so happy to watch it. I'm also playing Hollow Knight Voidheart Edition, which was free way back when on the PlayStation Plus page, and I downloaded it, and it's a super fun game. This morning I watched the Tom and Jerry movie.
How was that?
Oh yeah, it did drop today. My parents really want to see that for some reason.
It's a film in which all of the animals in the world are animated. So like if it's an animal, it's animated. That's how it's
Space
done.
Jam vibes.
Kind of. And Michael Pena, hilarious. Chloe Grace Moretz, amazing.
Yeah, that was gonna bring a smile to your face, right, Logan?
Does a great job.
These are
And
good actresses.
yeah, it was endearing. It had some great jokes that like really make sense if you've watched Tom and Jerry since you were a kid. And yeah, I had a good time. It's an hour and 40. Simple, it's Tom and Jerry. It's classic. It was a good movie.
Classic.
Some
I had
nice animal on animal violence to really start your day.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
It's okay as long as they don't say the F word. You can have
Don't
as much
worry about it.
violence as you want.
Don't you worry about it.
Jeremy and I are also still playing Assassin's Creed Unity, just to bring video games back in for a hot
We
second.
played it last night and we were pros.
Yeah, we did quite well.
I felt really good on that last kill. I was just like, Logan, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna cause all this chaos. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna get out. You're like, how are you gonna get out of there? I'm like, the same way I came in, the front door.
We're also playing Apex Legends, which we've been having some fun with. I just started.
I'm up that ranking.
I started playing Far Cry 5, which is very apt for the times that we're living in. Just about a religious cult that thinks that they're supposed to take over America. And then also playing Binding of Isaac, which is about a crazy evangelical woman who wants to stab her son. Religion.
Casual stuff.
Casual stuff. Video games are fun.
Escapism.
Yeah, Jake,
Okay.
have you consumed anything else besides those things? I just kind of jumped into the middle of your section.
No, that's pretty much all I've been consuming.
Nice.
Nom 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 nom. Well, with that full belly, we're gonna bounce on out of here. Thank you for watching the Packcast. Wow. I'm your host, Jeremy Van Suarez.
Yo, I'm Jacob Wade.
And I am the artist formerly known as Logan Riley Bruner.
Formerly.
What do you go as now?
Logan Riley Bruner.
And we wish you a good day. Ta-ta.